purport that the milk nourishes the brain cells and gives us the intelligence. And what to speak, Krishna loves milk. He loves any milk product. He likes his rasgullas, his sandesh, his yogurt, his cream, his butter. So how can milk be bad? Unfortunately, humans have completely spoiled the milk that is coming to us. And there's no turning around because we've reached a point of no return. So all we can do is protect the cows. The earth is already contaminated. The soil is so far from being salvaged, it's completely contaminated. So what we can do is save the cows. Unfortunately, we don't have a good backyard. Otherwise, each one of us could keep a cow in our backyard, but the city does not allow. If each one of us could keep one cow, that will solve all our problems. That cow will give you so much milk, you won't even know what to do with the milk. One cow gives how many gallons of milk a day? A happy cow. 4 gallons of milk? I went to a farm in Escondido a month ago. There's 4 cows there and 2 of them are milking cows. Rasa and Shreya, very sweet cows. Went there and I spoke to the farmer who was taking care of them. He's a wonderful devotee. And I said, you know, how much do they give? They give 18 gallons. They had 18 gallons, 1/8 each cow. Well, one of them had just given birth just a few months ago, so her milk production was higher. So 9 gallons, I believe it was 18 or 8, somewhere around 8 or 18, I could be wrong, I'm not sure. But anyway, it was a very large amount and my jaw dropped when I realized there's so much milk coming. Amazing. It is so sad because that's because of growth hormone. They're being ingested with growth hormone. And even if they're not being injected with growth hormone, they're fed this unusually high protein diet, which makes them very muscular. And it is said that the cows are in so much pain that their udders become as heavy as this, it's 5 kilos, and it cannot hold it. And that's where the infection sets in. The cow is in pain and it's crying, but no one's looking at it. We know the story. We all know the story. But we should do our best. As much as Kurma Rupa Prabhu has done. He's dedicated his entire life, 30 years, to saving the cows. We'll show you some of the pictures. So milk is very important, but I really quickly want to go to Careforcows website. Because this is a presentation which is this is a long presentation, I'll like to continue it. Please bear with me. So this is important to know. A cow's natural lifespan is about 20 years. But in today's commercial world, they are slaughtered at 5 years of age. And the bulls are the worst when they're born because they're not going to give any milk. They're not valuable to the dairy industry, so they're slaughtered. What to speak of the calves? The wheels, we know about that. That's very nasty. So this is what I wanted to show you. They feed the cow unusually high levels of protein, and as a result of which this udder is unusually large. It's 5 kilos. Could weigh even 50 kilos. That's terrible. That's terrible. I'm going to skip these images. These are very cruel images. These are I just want to take you to the Careforcows website. This is a very long presentation. Please bear with me. It's an excellent presentation done by a couple of devotees, but we won't have time. So this is Careforcows. This is managed by His Grace Kurma Rupa Prabhu, and we should actually all pray for him because he's very near to leaving his body. And Maharaj had written that Krishna will come personally to him and they will go arm in arm together to Goloka, walking in the midst of 900,000 cows. That was beautifully written by Maharaj. So Careforcows is a group of volunteers. It's completely volunteer. they don't get paid for it, who offer their talents and skills to tend to neglected cows. It is such an irony that Vrindavan, the land of the cows, is the place where the cows are being mistreated so badly. People come in the name of paying obeisances to Krishna in his land, but they bring their wonderful cars, and these cars hit the cows and the bulls, and they injure them, and the cow is lying bleeding on the floor, on the roads, and no one is coming to pick them up. This is the mentality of the so-called pilgrims who come and visit Vrindavan. They come in their big cars, they hit the cows, they leave it for dying, they take the darshan, and then they go back after spending a nice weekend in Vrindavan, in a place which is filled with golf courses and gyms. We know about that. That's not Vrindavan. That's commercialized. So this is an image of the cow which was rescued by the Careforcows. That's the top image, emaciated, ill and sick, and after a few months she was tended, and look how beautiful she looks, right below there, completely recovered. So Careforcows provides medical attention, food, clean water, and a lifetime accommodation to any cow or bull who is brought to them. They will never refuse any cow or bull. In fact, people who have gentle hearts, they see a cow lying bleeding on the road, they will pick them up and bring it to Careforcows, and that's where the recovery begins. It is said that they host a herd of more than 120 cows now, but there are several more cows who need urgent attention because there's not enough room in the Gaushala to keep the cows. So this is how the cows are left in Vrindavan, lying on the road. These cows have nothing to eat. They go and start eating food which is left in the plastic bags. And what happens when you eat plastic? It goes and settles in your stomach and intestines, creates toxins, and they die. So here is an image, shows you how the cows are consuming inedible and filthy things, and they become very, very diseased. They rest in the street, they get hit or run over by cars, and they're left in the streets to die. This is going on in the land of Krishna. What an irony. This is going on in the land of Krishna, the land which is so pure and so holy, which once saw 900,000 cows grazing in the grass, today is a land where cows are bleeding and left on the road. So this is the Careforcows website. You can see this is Kurma Rupa Prabhu has done so much amazing work to rescue these cows, to look after them and to nurture them, essentially. So what are the essential principles of cow husbandry? Under no condition cows and bulls should be killed. The calves, the baby cows, should be allowed to suckle directly from the mother's udder until the natural weaning, about 7 or 10 months later. The cows should always be hand milked, not through a machine. The machine is very painful for the teats or the udders of the cows. The bulls which are not engaged in breeding program should be trained in a very respectful manner. The cows and bulls should only be fed natural grass, hay and straw, not synthetic food. Cows should never ever be separated from their baby cows, the baby calves, never. The cows should never be mistreated. They should never be injected with hormones. There should be no artificial impregnation of cows, and that is going on big time right now. They should be placed in good living conditions, clean, and they should not be subject to unnatural diets consisting of chicken and fish feed. Prabhupada states, our farm projects are an extremely important part of our movement. We must become self-sufficient by growing our own grains and producing our own milk. Then there will be no question of poverty. So please develop these farm communities as far as possible. They should be developed as an ideal society depending on natural products, not industry. So these are some images very nicely shown, how the devotees are doing their best to protect the cows. But it's not enough. Each one of us has to do more. How can we help? Can you name me some ways by which we can help? By spreading the word, wonderful. Spreading the knowledge is very important. What else can we do, Prabhu? by abstaining from eating meat. What else? By giving our hard-earned money to places which are preserving and protecting the cows. That's one way we can all do. Each one of us, whatever our capacity is, we should give donations to cow protection, for cow protection. There are various initiatives taken by ISKCON. Careforcows is one. ISKCOP in Florida, which recently moved to Florida, is another one. And there's so many goshalas in Rajasthan tied to ISKCON. We should do our best to save the cows. So this presentation is not mine, as I said. I actually just borrowed it off the web, and this is done by Vrishabha Prabhu as well as Labanga Latika Mataji. They've done an amazing job. I wish I had more time, 2 hours to go over it. But in the last few minutes, I really want to show you a Careforcows newsletter. This is a booklet